Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with hibernation, the extraordinary science of the long sleep. 5. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Let the weight of the day fade away as we embark on an unhurried, atmospheric journey through the wonders of the cosmos. Your mind is quiet, the universe is vast, and we are ready to explore. This phenomenon, hibernation, encompasses a remarkable adaptive strategy employed by various species to survive prolonged periods of adverse environmental conditions. Defined as a state of dormancy, it allows organisms to drastically reduce metabolic rates, conserve energy, and endure extreme temperatures. Such a process is not merely a temporary cessation of activity. Instead, it represents a complex interplay of physiological changes that sustain life during challenging seasons. During hibernation, heart rates slow significantly, and body temperatures can drop to levels that would ordinarily be lethal. This adaptation is observed in mammals, amphibians, and reptiles, each employing unique mechanisms suited to their ecological niches. In this region, bears exemplify hibernation in its most recognized form. They can remain inactive for months, relying on stored fat reserves to sustain them through the winter months. Other species, such as certain bats and rodents, engage in a lighter form known as torpor, characterized by shorter periods of dormancy throughout the day and night. The evolutionary significance of hibernation is profound, allowing these organisms to circumvent seasonal scarcity of food and extreme weather. Research into the biochemical processes involved continues to shed light on potential applications for human health, particularly related to metabolic disorders and trauma recovery. Understanding this phenomenon opens a window into the resilience of life in the face of environmental challenges. Research into hibernation has evolved significantly over the past century. Early observations began with anecdotal accounts of various species entering states of dormancy during colder months. Scientists, intrigued by these behaviors, sought to categorize and understand the physiological changes that accompany this process. Initial studies focused on the common brown bear, which demonstrated remarkable metabolic adaptations. These adaptations included a dramatic reduction in heart rate and an extreme drop in metabolic rate. Such changes allow it to survive for extended periods without food. These findings prompted further investigation into other species, revealing a diverse array of hibernation strategies. For instance, small mammals like ground squirrels exhibit multi-phased hibernation, involving cycles of deep sleep and brief arousal. In the latter half of the 20th century, advancements in technology enabled deeper exploration into the biochemical processes underpinning hibernation. Researchers began to identify key hormones and genes linked to this state, unraveling the intricate mechanisms that govern survival in extreme conditions. A significant milestone occurred with the discovery of antifreeze proteins in certain hibernators, which prevent cellular damage during freezing temperatures. This revelation not only enhanced the understanding of hibernation, but also opened possibilities for medical applications, such as organ preservation. Insights gained through historical research continue to illuminate the complexities of life suspended in time. The evolutionary journey of hibernation reveals a remarkable adaptation to environmental pressures. This strategy allows various species to endure periods of scarcity, extreme temperatures, and unpredictable conditions. Many mammals exhibit this behavior, entering a state of torpor that significantly reduces metabolic rates, conserving energy when resources are limited. The physiological changes involved in hibernation include lowered heart rates, decreased body temperature, and altered hormone levels, enabling survival through months of dormancy. In this context, physiological adaptations play a crucial role. Specific genes become activated, promoting cellular repair and protecting vital organs. These adaptations have evolved over millennia, shaped by the ongoing challenges of climatic shifts and food availability. Species such as bears and ground squirrels exemplify these adaptations, showcasing the diversity within hibernation strategies. These animals often emerge from hibernation in spring, rejuvenated and ready to take advantage of the abundant resources that accompany seasonal changes. This cycle, reflecting nature's equilibrium, underscores the delicate balance between survival and environmental resilience. As climate patterns shift, understanding the evolutionary significance of hibernation becomes increasingly pertinent. The implications extend beyond individual species, impacting ecosystems at large. The mechanics of this survival strategy highlight the intricate connections between organisms and their habitats, weaving a narrative of endurance in the face of adversity. Different types of hibernation exhibit varying degrees of metabolic suppression and adaptive strategies. True hibernation represents a profound state of dormancy, during which physiological processes significantly decrease. Body temperature drops, often approaching the ambient environment, and heart rates can plummet to a mere few beats per minute. This depth of hibernation allows species such as ground squirrels and certain bats to endure prolonged periods of food scarcity while conserving energy. In contrast, torpor is a more temporary and less extreme form of dormancy. This state involves short-term reductions in metabolic rate and body temperature, typically lasting overnight or for several days. Animals such as hummingbirds and some small mammals employ torpor to navigate fluctuations in environmental conditions. During this time, it is not uncommon for heart rates to decrease markedly, allowing for energy conservation until conditions improve. Each type of hibernation serves distinct ecological functions, shaped by the specific needs of the species and their local environments. True hibernation may be critical for organisms in regions facing harsh winters, while torpor facilitates flexibility in responding to short-term changes in resource availability. These adaptations reflect a remarkable evolutionary response, enabling survival in ecosystems characterized by seasonal extremes and resource fluctuations. Understanding these mechanisms provides insight into the resilience of life in varying climatic conditions. These mechanisms reveal an intricate interplay of biology, allowing organisms to conserve energy and survive extended periods of adverse conditions. During hibernation, metabolic rates significantly decrease, minimizing the need for sustenance. This adaptation is facilitated by a reduction in heart rate and respiration, allowing bodily functions to operate on a fraction of their normal capacity. Specialized proteins, known as hibernation-specific proteins, are produced during this state, providing cellular protection and preventing damage from low temperatures. The brain enters a state of altered consciousness where neural activity diminishes significantly, leading to a profound sense of dormancy. Certain animals exhibit remarkable thermal regulation, adapting their body temperatures to match environmental conditions. The ability to lower body temperature can dramatically reduce metabolic demands, allowing organisms to endure freezing climates or scarce food resources. Chemical changes within the body promote fat storage prior to hibernation, ensuring energy reserves are available when the environment is inhospitable. This fat serves not only as an energy source but also as insulation, aiding in thermoregulation during periods of extreme cold. In this intricate balance, the adaptations seen across various species highlight a shared evolutionary strategy, underscoring the remarkable resilience of life. The examination of these biological mechanisms continues to deepen understanding of survival in fluctuating ecosystems. Key species that hibernate exhibit remarkable adaptations to conserve energy during periods of scarcity. Bears stand out as some of the most studied hibernators. Their ability to enter a state of torpor allows them to survive harsh winters without food. During this period, metabolic rates decrease significantly, and body temperature drops only slightly, maintaining vital functions while minimizing energy expenditure. In contrast, small mammals such as ground squirrels engage in true hibernation. This process involves cycles of deep sleep, interspersed with brief periods of arousal. Their physiological responses include a dramatic drop in heart rate and respiration, allowing them to endure prolonged periods of cold. This strategy is essential for survival in environments where food resources become limited. Amphibians and reptiles also demonstrate unique hibernation strategies. Certain species, like the wood frog, can survive freezing temperatures by entering a state of suspended animation. This remarkable ability enables them to endure harsh winters, only to revive when temperatures rise again. In aquatic environments, some fish exhibit similar survival tactics. Certain species can tolerate freezing temperatures, allowing them to remain dormant until conditions improve. Each of these hibernating species showcases the intricate balance of adaptation and resilience, highlighting nature's ongoing quest for survival amid adverse conditions. Metabolic depression plays a crucial role in hibernation, enabling organisms to significantly reduce their energy expenditure during prolonged periods of dormancy. This phenomenon occurs as physiological processes slow, allowing the body to conserve essential resources when food is scarce and environmental conditions are harsh. Body temperatures drop, often approaching ambient levels, which further decreases metabolic demands. In this state, critical functions such as respiration and heart rate diminish, allowing these species to survive on minimal energy reserves. For example, certain mammals can lower their heart rates to just a few beats per minute, illustrating the remarkable adaptability of their cardiovascular systems. This adaptation not only preserves energy, but also minimizes the risk of dehydration and cellular damage during periods of inactivity. Neuroscientific studies reveal that specific neural pathways are activated during metabolic depression, providing insight into the mechanisms that govern hibernation. The brain's ability to enter this state reflects an advanced evolutionary strategy, allowing these animals to endure extreme temperatures and scarce food supplies. As hibernation progresses, the body enters a cyclical pattern of torpor and arousal, where brief periods of activity punctuate extended durations of dormancy. This cycle is vital for maintaining bodily functions and ensuring survival until conditions improve, illustrating the complex interplay between energy conservation and environmental adaptation. Hormonal changes during hibernation play a crucial role in regulating the physiological processes that enable survival in extreme conditions. In this state of dormancy, the endocrine system undergoes significant alterations, primarily involving hormones such as melatonin, cortisol, and insulin. These adjustments are essential for managing energy reserves and metabolic rates. Melatonin levels increase significantly, signaling to the body that it is time to enter a state of reduced activity. This hormone helps to regulate circadian rhythms, promoting sleep and conserving energy.
In contrast, cortisol, a stress hormone, typically decreases, minimizing metabolic functions and reducing the impact of environmental stressors. Such a decrease facilitates a shift toward energy preservation. Insulin sensitivity also diminishes during hibernation. As animals enter this prolonged period without food, the ability to manage blood glucose levels changes. Glycogen stores in the liver are utilized more efficiently, providing necessary energy without the intake of new nutrients. This adaptation helps sustain vital functions without depleting energy reserves too rapidly. These hormonal transformations reflect an intricate biological response to the challenges posed by hibernation. The careful orchestration of these changes ensures that the body can endure extended periods of inactivity and limited resource availability, emphasizing the remarkable resilience found in nature's diverse ecosystems. Fat reserves serve as a crucial lifeline for hibernators, providing both energy and sustenance during prolonged dormancy. The accumulation of these reserves occurs in preparation for the long, cold months when food becomes scarce. It is in this region of biological strategy that various species exhibit remarkable efficiency in fat storage, utilizing specialized cells known as adipocytes. These cells adeptly convert excess calories into lipids, which are then mobilized during the hibernation period. The metabolic pathways that govern fat utilization undergo significant alterations. During hibernation, the body enters a state of metabolic depression, a profound reduction of energy expenditure that conserves vital resources. It is within this state that the stored fat is gradually oxidized, providing the necessary energy to sustain essential physiological functions. This adaptation allows hibernators to survive without eating for weeks or even months, illustrating the profound interplay between energy storage and metabolic regulation. The composition of fat itself plays an important role in the survival of these organisms. Brown adipose tissue, rich in mitochondria, is particularly effective at generating heat through a process known as non-shivering thermogenesis. This mechanism not only helps maintain core body temperature during colder months, but also reflects the intricate balance that sustains life in extreme conditions. Understanding these processes underscores the complexity and ingenuity of survival strategies within the natural world. Brain activity in hibernators reveals fascinating adaptations that occur during extended periods of dormancy. Research indicates that the brain undergoes significant changes, allowing it to conserve energy while maintaining essential functions. Neural pathways associated with memory and learning exhibit altered activity, suggesting a unique state of consciousness. During hibernation, metabolic rates in these regions decrease, which supports the maintenance of vital processes with minimal energy expenditure. Temperature regulation plays a crucial role in this phenomenon. The body temperature of hibernators can drop significantly, aligning with the ambient environment. This reduction in temperature affects neural firing rates, allowing for a state of reduced activity, while still permitting the brain to remain responsive to critical stimuli. The mechanisms of neuroprotection become particularly important during these periods. Certain proteins and metabolic pathways are upregulated, offering resilience against potential damage from low oxygen levels and metabolic stress. Research involving electrophysiological measurements provides insights into the electrical activity of hibernators' brains. This data shows distinct patterns that differ from both active states and complete sleep. During arousal from hibernation, brain activity exhibits a gradual increase, indicating a methodical transition back to full consciousness. Understanding these intricate processes informs broader discussions concerning the evolution of sleep and metabolic adaptations across species. Heart rate and respiratory changes during hibernation reveal profound physiological adjustments essential for survival in this state. In these periods of dormancy, heart rates can decrease significantly, sometimes plunging to fewer than 10 beats per minute. This dramatic reduction conserves energy, allowing the organism to survive on its stored fat reserves over extended durations. Respiratory rates also show marked alterations, typically slowing down considerably. This reduction minimizes the metabolic demands placed on the body, creating a state of near-suspended animation. Oxygen consumption drops correspondingly, enabling the organism to maintain essential functions while expending minimal energy. The brain's role in orchestrating these changes is crucial. Specific neural pathways facilitate the modulation of heart and respiratory rates, ensuring that the animal remains in a low-energy state. These adaptations are not merely temporary. They reflect a sophisticated evolutionary strategy honed over millennia. Environmental factors influence the timing and depth of hibernation, with temperature fluctuations prompting further physiological adjustments. In colder climates, these adaptations become increasingly vital, as they enable survival during harsh winters when resources are scarce. The interplay of heart rate and respiration during hibernation exemplifies the remarkable resilience of life, showcasing the intricate balance between energy conservation and the necessity of vital biological functions. Temperature regulation in hibernating animals represents a sophisticated adaptation to survive extreme environmental conditions. These organisms exhibit a pronounced ability to lower their body temperature significantly, often approaching the ambient temperature of their surroundings. This reduction is not simply a passive response. It is a carefully orchestrated process that allows for energy conservation during periods of resource scarcity. The central nervous system plays a pivotal role in this phenomenon, actively mediating changes in metabolic processes by adjusting the set point for body temperature. These creatures can enter a state of torpor, effectively reducing their thermal output. This mechanism prevents the depletion of stored energy reserves, ensuring survival until more favorable conditions return. In this state, metabolic rates can decrease to as little as 5% of their normal levels. The consequences of this extreme metabolic slowdown are profound, as it minimizes the need for food and water intake. The surrounding environment often experiences dramatic fluctuations in temperature, yet these organisms maintain a remarkable stability within their core systems. Furthermore, the physiological adaptations do not cease at temperature regulation. The ability to withstand prolonged periods of low temperatures without incurring tissue damage highlights the resilience inherent in these species. This intricate balance between metabolic control and environmental adaptation underscores nature's capacity for survival in the face of adversity. Energy storage plays a critical role in the hibernation process, where glycogen and fatty acids become vital resources. Glycogen, stored in the liver and muscles, serves as a quick energy source that can be mobilized in response to immediate energy demands. In contrast, fatty acids, derived from stored body fat, provide sustained energy over extended periods. This reliance on fat reserves allows organisms to endure prolonged periods without food while maintaining essential physiological functions. During hibernation, metabolic rates decrease significantly, leading to a marked reduction in energy expenditure. This adaptation minimizes the need for constant nourishment, enabling the organism to survive harsh conditions. Glycogen levels drop as it is used in the initial phase of hibernation, especially during the organism's entry into this state. Once glycogen stores are depleted, the metabolism shifts, relying increasingly on fatty acids for energy. This metabolic shift is accompanied by various physiological changes. Hormonal fluctuations, particularly in insulin and glucagon levels, facilitate the mobilization of fatty acids from adipose tissue. The heart rate and respiratory rate decline, conserving energy as the body enters a state of torpor. This state is punctuated by brief periods of waking, during which hydration and slight nutritional intake may occur, preparing the organism for the continuation of its long sleep. Environmental stressors play a significant role in triggering hibernation, a survival mechanism that allows organisms to endure extreme conditions. Temperature fluctuations, food scarcity, and altered daylight patterns often drive species toward this remarkable adaptation. In colder regions, declining temperatures signal the onset of winter, prompting certain mammals to seek refuge in secluded areas. This region becomes a sanctuary, where metabolic rates significantly decrease to conserve energy, heart rates slow, and body temperatures drop, aligning with the surrounding environment. Nutrient reserves, stored as fat, become the primary energy source, ensuring that vital functions can continue, albeit at a minimal level. Food scarcity further exacerbates the need for this long sleep. As resources dwindle, organisms instinctively enter a state of hibernation, effectively suspending their physiological processes. This response reduces energy expenditure, allowing survival until conditions improve. In some instances, the length of hibernation correlates with the severity of environmental stressors, showcasing a remarkable adaptability. Altered daylight patterns also influence the timing of hibernation. Changes in photoperiod can affect hormonal cycles, signaling the organism to prepare for sleep. This synchronization with environmental cues ensures that periods of dormancy align with optimal conditions for survival. Through these adaptations, species navigate the challenges presented by their surroundings, exemplifying nature's intricate balance. The seasonal timing of hibernation relies heavily on two primary environmental factors: photoperiod and temperature. Photoperiod, the length of daylight within a 24-hour cycle, serves as a biological clock for many species. Changes in light exposure trigger hormonal responses that signal the impending need for dormancy. This response helps ensure that organisms enter a state of hibernation at the most appropriate time, avoiding premature inactivity that could jeopardize survival. Temperature plays an equally crucial role. As seasons shift, the decline in ambient temperature is a powerful cue. Many species possess highly sensitive mechanisms that detect these temperature changes, further refining their response to the environment. When temperatures drop significantly, physiological adjustments occur, including reduced metabolic rates and altered energy consumption pathways. This shift allows organisms to conserve energy over extended periods. Variability in both photoperiod and temperature can lead to differences in hibernation patterns among species. For instance, some may begin their dormancy at the onset of autumn, while others may delay their hibernation until winter is well established. The synchronization of these cues, as seen in various ecosystems, illustrates the importance of adaptability. Such precision in response not only enhances survival rates, but also maintains the delicate equilibrium within their ecological niches, allowing life to persist even amidst seasonal extremes. Food availability emerges as a significant trigger for hibernation, influencing the timing and duration of this remarkable physiological adaptation.
In regions where seasonal fluctuations dictate the abundance of resources, organisms meticulously monitor their surroundings. The scarcity of sustenance prompts a response, initiating the intricate processes that lead to a prolonged state of dormancy. Metabolic rates decrease, allowing these creatures to conserve energy while relying on stored fat reserves accumulated in periods of plenty. This energy-efficient approach is crucial, for survival is contingent upon the successful navigation of resource limitations. The interplay between environmental cues and internal biological clocks guides the transition into hibernation, a process finely tuned over generations. In addition to the availability of food, the quality of that food plays an equally critical role. Nutrient-rich provisions enable organisms to store adequate energy, enhancing their resilience against the rigors of dormancy. The surrounding landscape, marked by the cyclical patterns of growth and decay, shapes the availability of these vital resources. As the days shorten and temperatures drop, the instinct to hibernate strengthens. This phenomenon is not merely a response to hunger, but a complex evolutionary strategy, ensuring that life can endure through harsh conditions. Through this remarkable adaptation, the delicate balance of ecosystems is preserved, even as the world outside transforms into a harsh, inhospitable environment. Bears exemplify the intricate mechanisms of hibernation, entering a state that allows them to endure prolonged periods of food scarcity. During this phase, metabolic rates significantly drop, conserving energy while maintaining essential bodily functions. Heart rates can decrease to as low as 8 beats per minute, a stark contrast to the normal frequency. This remarkable adjustment facilitates survival over the harsh winter months when sustenance is scarce. Body temperature also experiences a slight reduction, allowing these mammals to conserve heat without compromising their vital processes. Contrary to common belief, bears do not enter a true hibernation state. Rather, they undergo a lighter form of torpor. This enables them to awaken intermittently, responding to environmental stimuli or potential threats. In preparation for this period, bears exhibit an increased appetite in the months leading up to winter. This behavior results in substantial fat accumulation, which serves as a crucial energy reserve during hibernation. The efficiency of this energy storage is remarkable, allowing bears to survive for months with no food or water. While in hibernation, the bear's body undergoes several physiological changes, including improved insulin sensitivity and altered bone metabolism. These adaptations minimize the detrimental effects typically associated with prolonged immobility, showcasing the evolutionary significance of this extraordinary survival strategy. Ground squirrels exemplify the intricate mechanics of hibernation, revealing fascinating insights into this survival strategy. During the colder months, these rodents enter a state of torpor, characterized by a dramatic reduction in metabolic rate and body temperature. This physiological shift allows them to conserve energy while relying on stored fat reserves. In some species, body temperature can drop to near freezing, an adaptation that enables them to withstand extreme environmental conditions. The hibernation process begins with a pre-hibernation phase, during which ground squirrels engage in hyperphagia, consuming large amounts of food to build substantial fat reserves. This preparatory behavior is crucial, as the stored energy provides sustenance during the months of dormancy. As temperatures decline, the rodents retreat to burrows, where they create a controlled environment to endure the harsh winter. During hibernation, ground squirrels experience periodic arousals, which may facilitate physiological maintenance. This intermittent state allows for the restoration of cellular functions, ensuring that vital processes remain intact. The duration of hibernation can vary significantly among species and environmental conditions, lasting from several weeks to several months. The study of these remarkable adaptations continues to shed light on the underlying mechanisms of hibernation, providing a deeper understanding of how certain species navigate the challenges of their environment and the evolutionary pressures that shape their survival. Bats exhibit unique adaptations that enhance their survival during prolonged periods of hibernation. This region, characterized by its fluctuating temperatures and varying food availability, requires these mammals to implement specific strategies to endure adverse conditions. Metabolic rates decrease significantly, allowing them to conserve energy while relying on stored fat reserves. The choice of hibernicula is critical. These locations provide protection from extreme weather and predation. Caves, abandoned mines, and tree hollows offer consistent temperatures and humidity levels, essential for minimizing energy expenditure. The selection of hibernation sites is a learned behavior, often passed down through generations, ensuring that colonies return to optimal environments year after year. Physiological changes are also noteworthy. core body temperatures can drop to near freezing, while heart rates may decrease to less than 10 beats per minute. This state of torpor helps bats survive with minimal oxygen, as their bodies adapt to lower metabolic needs. As the hibernation period draws to a close, bats undergo a gradual rewarming process. This awakening is synchronized with environmental cues, such as temperature changes and the availability of food sources. The remarkable resilience of these creatures highlights the intricate balance between adaptation and survival in the face of seasonal challenges. Ectothermic hibernation presents a unique strategy among amphibians and reptiles. In this state, metabolic rates decrease significantly, allowing them to conserve energy during periods of extreme cold or drought. This phenomenon is evident in species such as the common garter snake, which retreats into underground burrows or crevices, seeking refuge from harsh environmental conditions. The physiological changes that occur are profound, including a reduction in heart rate and a shift in blood chemistry, enabling these creatures to withstand prolonged periods without food. Frogs and toads exhibit similar adaptations. Certain species, like the wood frog, can survive being partially frozen, a process that involves the production of glucose that acts as a cryoprotectant. This remarkable capability allows them to endure temperatures that would be lethal to most vertebrates. In contrast, turtles often bury themselves in mud at the bottom of ponds, entering a state of dormancy that preserves energy until warmer conditions return. The timing and duration of hibernation are influenced by environmental cues such as temperature and daylight. These signals are crucial in determining when it is safe to emerge and resume normal activities. This adaptability not only aids in individual survival, but also plays a vital role in maintaining ecological balance within their habitats. Each species contributes to the intricate web of life, demonstrating the resilience of nature. This phenomenon extends to avian species, where hibernation may appear counterintuitive. Birds, typically associated with flight and migration, exhibit remarkable adaptations that allow them to endure harsh climates. Some species enter a state known as torpor, markedly different from the deep hibernation observed in mammals. During torpor, metabolic rates decrease significantly, enabling these creatures to conserve energy. In this state, heart rates can drop to levels as low as 10 beats per minute, while body temperatures may fall close to freezing. Such adaptations are critical for survival in environments where food sources diminish. While the majority migrate to warmer regions, a select group remains, relying on stored fat reserves. This strategy not only ensures survival, but also highlights the flexibility of these birds in the face of environmental challenges. Observation of these behaviors reveals a complex interplay between physiology and climate. In colder months, diminished daylight triggers hormonal changes that prepare them for this remarkable energy-saving strategy. The ability to enter torpor allows individuals to manage energy demands during periods of scarcity, showcasing an extraordinary evolutionary response to seasonal variation. The hibernation of birds exemplifies the ongoing adaptability of life forms. This remarkable resilience illustrates nature's capacity to endure and thrive, even in the face of changing climates. The genetic underpinnings of hibernation reveal a complex interplay of biological mechanisms that enable various species to enter this state of dormancy. Research has identified several key genes responsible for physiological adaptations, such as metabolic rate reduction and temperature regulation. These genetic sequences orchestrate a series of changes, allowing organisms to conserve energy during periods of food scarcity. In this region, the role of the protein known as hypoxia-inducible factor is particularly noteworthy. It facilitates the body's response to low oxygen levels, a condition often encountered during hibernation.
By modulating cellular processes, it ensures that vital functions can persist, even when metabolic activities are significantly diminished. Other genes contribute to the production of protective proteins, which safeguard the brain and vital organs from damage during prolonged inactivity. The mechanisms of adaptive thermogenesis are also crucial. They enable certain species to lower their internal temperature, aligning with environmental conditions. This genetic orchestration not only aids in survival during the harshest months, but also showcases the evolutionary strategies employed by various animals. Continued exploration into these genetic pathways may unveil further insights into their potential applications in medicine, particularly in organ preservation and metabolic disorders. Unraveling the mysteries behind hibernation continues to shed light on the intricate relationship between genetics and environmental adaptation. The influence of circadian rhythms on hibernation patterns reveals a fascinating interplay between internal biological clocks and external environmental cues. These rhythms, governed by cycles of light and darkness, dictate physiological processes, including sleep-wake cycles and metabolic rates. During hibernation, this region of the brain responsible for circadian timing adjusts to the prolonged periods of inactivity, allowing for a state of energy conservation while synchronizing with seasonal changes. Temperature fluctuations play a critical role in modulating these rhythms. As ambient temperatures drop, metabolic rates decrease significantly, facilitating the transition into hibernation. The body responds to reduced light levels, signaling the onset of dormancy. This adaptation ensures survival during harsh conditions when food resources are scarce. The reactivation of these rhythms upon awakening from hibernation is equally noteworthy. As temperatures rise and daylight increases, physiological processes gradually resume. Hormonal changes trigger a rise in metabolic activity, leading to the emergence from the dormant state. This regulated awakening process underscores the importance of circadian timing in maintaining homeostasis throughout the hibernation period. Research indicates that disruptions to these circadian rhythms can adversely affect hibernation success. Understanding this relationship enhances our grasp of not only hibernation, but also broader aspects of biological resilience in fluctuating environments.
Immune system suppression plays a crucial role in the hibernation process. During this prolonged state of dormancy, metabolic rates significantly decline, leading to reduced energy consumption. This reduction extends to the immune system, where activity diminishes in response to the lower metabolic demands. The body employs a strategic approach, conserving energy while maintaining essential functions. Research indicates that certain species can tolerate the suppression of immune responses without succumbing to infections. This remarkable adaptability suggests an intricate balance between immune function and energy preservation. In hibernating mammals, pathways responsible for inflammation are downregulated, minimizing the potential for immune system overactivity that could lead to detrimental effects. The dynamics of immune suppression during hibernation highlight the importance of cytokines and other molecular signals. These elements orchestrate the inflammatory response, modulating the immune system's readiness to combat pathogens. While dormant, organisms exhibit a unique resilience that allows them to withstand potential threats without compromising their overall health. The implications of this phenomenon extend beyond individual species. Insights gained from studying immune suppression in hibernating animals may inform medical advancements for human health. Understanding these mechanisms could lead to innovative therapeutic strategies, particularly in managing conditions that involve immune system dysregulation. The study of hibernation continues to reveal the intricate relationship between survival, adaptation, and the immune system's capabilities. The exploration of sleep in hibernation introduces a fascinating comparison between these two states. Sleep is a vital process for many organisms, characterized by reduced metabolic activity and responsiveness to external stimuli. In contrast, hibernation represents an extended period of dormancy, where metabolic rates plummet significantly, allowing animals to conserve energy during unfavorable conditions. On any state, physiological changes occur, including a decrease in heart rate and body temperature. This region of altered consciousness allows hibernators to endure long durations without food. The similarities with sleep become evident when considering the brain's activity patterns. During both states, certain brain waves exhibit parallels, suggesting a common evolutionary origin or shared mechanisms that promote restoration and recovery. The transition from wakefulness to hibernation involves complex hormonal and neural pathways. In many species, the onset of hibernation is triggered by environmental cues such as temperature drops and diminishing daylight. These signals prompt hormonal shifts, particularly in melatonin and cortisol, which facilitate the entry into hibernation, while sleep plays a critical role in daily recovery and cognitive function. Hibernation extends this restorative process across seasons. In both instances, the body prioritizes energy efficiency, ensuring survival through periods of scarcity. Understanding these mechanisms provides insight into the broader implications of sleep and its evolutionary significance across various species. Shifts in temperature and seasonal cycles disrupt the natural rhythms that many species depend on for hibernation. The warming climate affects hibernation patterns, causing some animals to enter this state earlier or later than usual. This misalignment can lead to a cascade of ecological consequences, as the availability of food sources often does not coincide with hibernation schedules. Species such as bears and ground squirrels exhibit noticeable changes in their hibernation habits, responding to fluctuating temperatures and altered precipitation patterns. It is observed that some animals may awaken prematurely, driven by unseasonably warm weather, only to find scarce resources. This premature emergence hinders their ability to replenish energy reserves. The repercussions extend beyond individual species, influencing entire ecosystems. Disrupted synchrony between hibernators and their prey or predators can lead to imbalances, shifting the dynamics of food webs. In some regions, the effects of climate change may push certain species toward a new equilibrium where they adapt their hibernation strategies or shift their geographical ranges in search of suitable habitats. The complexities of these interactions highlight the intricate web of life and the delicate balance maintained through evolutionary adaptations. Understanding these shifts is vital to predicting future ecological outcomes in a changing climate. Hibernation plays a crucial role in ecosystem dynamics, establishing a symbiotic relationship between species and their environment. During periods of dormancy, certain organisms significantly reduce their metabolic rates, conserving energy in response to resource scarcity. This adaptation ensures survival while influencing the population dynamics of various species within the same habitat. Severe habitat. In regions where hibernators thrive, the effects of their absence during the winter months can ripple through the ecosystem. Predators, for instance, may experience fluctuations in food availability, leading to shifts in their hunting patterns. The absence of certain hibernating species can create opportunities for others, allowing for a rebalancing of interactions among organisms. Bacteria and fungi also benefit from these seasonal dormancies. As hibernators emerge in spring, they contribute to nutrient cycling by dispersing seeds and enriching the soil with organic matter through waste. This process fosters plant growth, which in turn supports herbivores and, subsequently, Their predators, competition and cooperation are intricately linked in these ecosystems, highlighting the delicate balance maintained by hibernation. As climate change alters temperature and precipitation patterns, these relationships may face unprecedented challenges. Monitoring such shifts becomes essential for conservation efforts, ensuring that ecosystems remain resilient amid changing conditions. Understanding these dynamics fosters a deeper appreciation for the intricate connections that sustain life. These connections reveal remarkable adaptations in various organisms. Insects exemplify this resilience through their unique hibernation strategies. During colder months, certain species enter states of dormancy, allowing them to withstand harsh environmental conditions. This phenomenon, known as diapause, is not merely a simple sleep. Rather, it is a complex physiological response to unfavorable climates. In this region, insects such as the common ladybug utilize a combination of behavioral and metabolic alterations to survive. They seek shelter in leaf litter, tree bark, or even human structures, forming clusters that increase survival rates. These aggregations provide insulation, reducing exposure to extreme temperatures while conserving vital energy reserves. Metabolically, these insects experience a significant reduction in their metabolic rate, enabling them to endure prolonged periods without food. Their bodies produce antifreeze proteins that prevent ice formation within cells, thus safeguarding their internal structures. This adaptation is critical as it allows them to emerge as temperatures rise, ready to reproduce and continue their life cycle. Observations of these hibernation strategies illuminate the intricate mechanisms that support survival in a world marked by seasonal extremes. The study of insect hibernation not only enhances understanding of ecological resilience, but also offers insights into potential applications in fields such as medicine and biotechnology, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life forms. Urbanization introduces significant challenges for hibernating species, altering their natural environments in profound ways. Habitat loss emerges as a primary concern, with expanding cities encroaching upon critical areas essential for these organisms to thrive. The fragmentation of landscapes disrupts migration routes and limits access to suitable hibernation sites, forcing many species to adapt or face extinction. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns, driven by urban heat islands, can further complicate hibernation cycles. Many species rely on specific climatic cues to initiate their dormancy. The microclimates created by concrete and asphalt may mislead these organisms, leading to premature awakening or extended dormancy, both of which can be detrimental to their survival. Pollution from urban centers presents another layer of complexity. Chemical contaminants can seep into the soil and water, affecting the food sources that hibernating species depend upon. Additionally, artificial light can disrupt circadian rhythms, influencing the timing of hibernation and awakening. Conservation efforts must adapt to these realities, focusing on preserving and restoring critical habitats within urban landscapes. Establishing green corridors and protected areas can facilitate movement and support resilience. The delicate balance of these ecosystems hinges on understanding and mitigating the impacts of human activities, ensuring that hibernating species can continue their vital roles within the broader ecological framework. Physiological arousal in hibernators involves a complex series of processes, primarily dictated by internal rhythms and environmental cues. In this state of dormancy, body temperature drops significantly, metabolic rates decline, and heart rates slow, conserving energy for extended periods. The transition from hibernation to active states requires precise biochemical reactions that initiate the awakening process. This region of the brain, particularly the hypothalamus, plays a crucial role, orchestrating hormonal changes that signal the body to reinitiate normal functioning. As temperatures gradually rise, hibernators exhibit increased heart rates and metabolic activity. Blood circulation resumes, redistributing warmth and nutrients throughout the body, essential for rejuvenating organ systems after prolonged inactivity. Specific neurotransmitters and hormones facilitate this transition, including norepinephrine, which is released in response to rising body temperatures. These substances aid in the mobilization of energy reserves stored as fat, enabling the animal to regain strength. The gradual restoration of alertness allows for a careful assessment of surroundings, vital for ensuring safety upon emergence from the burrow or den. Understanding the intricacies of this arousal process provides insight into the evolutionary advantages conferred by hibernation. It illustrates a remarkable adaptation to seasonal fluctuations, showcasing the resilience of life even in the harshest environments. Such adaptations underscore the intricate interdependence of biological systems within these ecosystems. The evolutionary significance of hibernation reveals a remarkable survival strategy among various species. This phenomenon serves as a testament to the adaptive capabilities of organisms in response to environmental pressures. In regions with extreme seasonal fluctuations, hibernation provides a means to conserve energy during periods of food scarcity. The physiological changes that occur during this state include reduced metabolic rates and lowered body temperatures, allowing organisms to endure extended periods without nourishment. Certain mammals, such as bears and ground squirrels, exhibit unique adaptations that facilitate this process, while some species enter true hibernation, characterized by deep, prolonged states of dormancy. Others engage in lighter forms, allowing for periodic arousal. These distinctions reflect diverse evolutionary pathways shaped by ecological niches. Genetic underpinnings of hibernation illustrate a complex interplay of genes that regulate metabolic processes. Research indicates that specific molecular pathways are activated, promoting survival during adverse conditions. Such genetic adaptations can influence reproductive success and species resilience in changing environments. Hibernation has also been observed in some reptiles and amphibians, further emphasizing its broad evolutionary relevance. These behaviors underscore the ecological balance within ecosystems, highlighting the interconnectedness of various life forms. Understanding the intricacies of hibernation offers insights into evolutionary biology and the resilience of life on Earth. Brown adipose tissue plays a pivotal role in the hibernation process, serving as a crucial energy reservoir. This specialized fat tissue is uniquely designed for thermogenesis, the generation of heat. During hibernation, it facilitates the maintenance of core body temperature, allowing organisms to survive extended periods of cold environments. Its activation is a finely tuned physiological response triggered by the drop in ambient temperatures. In this region of metabolic activity, brown adipose tissue converts stored lipids into heat through a process known as non-shivering thermogenesis. This mechanism is essential for small mammals such as bears and ground squirrels, which rely on it to prevent freezing during the coldest months. The presence of uncoupling protein 1 in the mitochondria of brown fat cells allows for efficient energy expenditure in the form of heat instead of adenosine triphosphate production. As hibernation progresses, the energy mobilized from this tissue is carefully balanced with the organism's energy requirements. This equilibrium enables survival without significant loss of muscle mass or organ function, highlighting the adaptability of various species. The research surrounding brown adipose tissue continues to reveal its complexities and potential applications in understanding metabolic disorders in humans, illustrating the interconnectedness of hibernation biology and broader health implications. Climate plays a pivotal role in determining the duration of hibernation. Seasonal variations significantly influence the metabolic states of many hibernators, dictating their patterns of dormancy. In colder regions, extended periods of low temperatures often prompt these animals to enter a state of deep sleep for several months. This adaptation allows them to conserve energy, relying on stored fat reserves during times when food is scarce. Conversely, in milder climates, hibernation may be shorter or less pronounced. Species in these areas exhibit a remarkable flexibility in their hibernation strategies. They may enter brief periods of torpor, awakening periodically to forage as conditions permit. This variability underscores the connection between environmental conditions and physiological responses, emphasizing the importance of temperature and available resources in shaping hibernation behavior. Changes in climate, driven by global warming, threaten to disrupt these established patterns. Alterations in seasonal temperature and precipitation can lead to mismatches between hibernation timing and resource availability, impacting survival rates. The potential for shorter hibernation periods may force some species to adapt quickly or risk population declines. These trends extend beyond individual species, influencing entire ecosystems. The interdependence of hibernators and their environment highlights the intricate balance maintained within these habitats. As climate continues to evolve, understanding these relationships becomes essential for conservation efforts and ecological management. Hibernation in sea turtles illustrates a remarkable adaptation that aligns with their aquatic environment. During colder months, certain species enter a state of hibernation, allowing them to conserve energy when food is scarce. This physiological response is characterized by a significant reduction in metabolic rates, enabling survival through prolonged periods of dormancy. The water temperature plays a crucial role in triggering this behavior, as turtles instinctively seek deeper, warmer waters where they can remain insulated from extreme cold. In these depths, they exhibit unique adaptations that facilitate this long sleep. Heart rates slow significantly, sometimes dropping to mere beats per minute, and respiration becomes infrequent. This state of lowered physiological activity conserves oxygen and energy resources, permitting survival until favorable conditions return. Sea turtles often choose sheltered locations, such as undersea caves or among coastal vegetation, providing protection from predators and harsh environmental factors. The timing of hibernation varies among species and is influenced by local ecological cues. Some may initiate this process in response to seasonal changes, while others remain active year-round in warmer climates. Understanding these variations enhances knowledge of their life cycles and migration patterns, offering deeper insight into their role in marine ecosystems. Observing these behaviors contributes to broader conservation strategies aimed at preserving essential habitats. Research into hibernation has unveiled intriguing links to longevity, highlighting mechanisms that may extend life within certain species. The physiological processes involved in this prolonged state of dormancy reveal adaptations that promote survival during adverse environmental conditions. It is during hibernation that metabolic rates significantly decrease, allowing organisms to conserve energy and resources. This remarkable ability to slow biological functions raises questions regarding its implications for aging. Studies suggest that the genetic expressions active during hibernation may hold secrets to extending not only life but also health spans. Certain proteins and pathways activated in the hibernating state are believed to play critical roles in cellular repair and stress resistance. These findings indicate a possible connection between hibernation physiology and the processes of senescence, where natural aging occurs. This region of research also explores the role of specific hormones that regulate metabolic processes, The interplay between these hormones during periods of dormancy affects overall physiological health, potentially offering insights into age-related diseases in other species, including humans. Understanding these mechanisms may illuminate how certain organisms adapt to their environments and resist the detrimental effects of time. By unraveling the complexities of hibernation and longevity, scientists are paving the way for novel approaches in health and medical research, offering a glimpse into the potential for enhancing life quality through biological insights gained from the natural world. The interplay between hibernation and gut health reveals fascinating insights into the microbiome's role during prolonged periods of dormancy. In this state, metabolic rates decrease significantly, prompting the body to rely on stored energy while maintaining essential physiological functions. This adjustment extends to the gut microbiome, where compositional shifts occur to accommodate altered dietary intake and energy demands. During hibernation, certain microbial populations thrive while others diminish, reflecting the host's changing metabolism. These microorganisms influence nutrient absorption and immune responses, crucial for maintaining health throughout the hibernation period. The gut, often referred to as the second brain, communicates with the central nervous system, and this relationship may be pivotal in regulating the body's response to stress and environmental changes during extended inactivity. Research indicates that the microbiome may assist in modulating inflammation and promoting tissue repair, factors that can significantly impact recovery upon awakening. The delicate balance of microbial communities ensures that physiological processes remain efficient, allowing for a smooth transition into and out of hibernation. As such findings extend beyond mere curiosity. They pose critical questions about how these mechanisms could be harnessed to improve human health. Insights from hibernating species may lead to the development of strategies aimed at managing chronic conditions, enhancing recovery, and potentially extending healthy lifespan. The phenomenon of delayed hibernation encompasses a range of behavioral and physiological responses triggered by environmental stimuli. In certain species, factors such as temperature fluctuations, food availability, and light exposure dictate the precise timing of this extended state of dormancy. This region experiences a delicate balance where alterations in climate can shift the onset of hibernation, impacting metabolic processes and energy conservation mechanisms. Consequences of delayed hibernation are varied and complex. The disruption of the natural cycle may lead to increased energy expenditure during periods of scarcity. Animals may find themselves unprepared for the harsh conditions of winter, as their physiological adaptations are not aligned with the seasonal changes. This misalignment can result in diminished survival rates, affecting population dynamics within ecological communities. In some cases, the extended wakefulness prior to hibernation prompts adjustments in behavioral patterns. Increased foraging may occur as species attempt to accumulate sufficient fat reserves, yet this heightened activity can also lead to exposure to predators and environmental stressors. The interplay of these factors underscores the delicate equilibrium that governs hibernation. Research into delayed hibernation continues to unveil the intricate relationships between climate, biology, and ecology, providing valuable insights into the adaptive strategies of these remarkable organisms. Understanding these mechanisms can reveal broader implications for biodiversity and ecosystem stability in a rapidly changing world. This relationship between hibernation and ecosystem dynamics is particularly evident in the interactions between predators and prey. Many species that enter a state of hibernation serve as both prey and predator, creating complex interdependencies. Their dormancy affects the food chain, influencing not only their survival, but also that of other organisms reliant on them. During the hibernation period, prey populations may experience a population surge, With fewer predators actively foraging, herbivore species often thrive, leading to increased herbivory in their environments. This phenomenon can prompt shifts in vegetation structure, impacting other species that depend on specific plant communities. The absence of these predators for extended periods may disrupt the natural balance, highlighting the importance of hibernators in maintaining equilibrium. Conversely, predators that remain active during hibernation season must adapt their hunting strategies. They may rely on alternative prey, which can lead to cascading effects throughout the food web. Over time, these adjustments might shift predator-prey ratios, reshaping community dynamics. The intricacies of these interactions underscore the significance of hibernation as a critical ecological strategy. It serves not only as a survival mechanism for individual species but also as a pivotal component of ecosystem function, influencing habitat diversity and resilience in the face of environmental change. Conservation efforts for hibernating species have gained prominence as researchers and environmentalists recognize the delicate balance within ecosystems. These initiatives aim to protect critical habitats that support species during their dormant phases, ensuring the stability of entire ecological networks. Efforts include the establishment of protected areas that encompass essential foraging and hibernation sites. This approach seeks to maintain the natural landscape, providing safe havens for species to thrive. Research indicates that climate change poses a substantial threat to hibernating animals, disrupting their cycles and habitats. Altered temperatures can lead to mismatched hibernation periods, resulting in food scarcity and increased mortality rates. Conservationists are actively monitoring these changes, implementing strategies to adaptively manage these vulnerable populations. In addition to habitat protection, public awareness campaigns are crucial. Educating communities about the importance of these species fosters a sense of stewardship and encourages sustainable practices. Engaging local populations in conservation actions can create a shared responsibility for the environment. Collaborations between scientists, policymakers, and conservation organizations have resulted in innovative approaches to mitigate threats. These include habitat restoration projects and the use of technology to track movement patterns, allowing for real-time data collection and analysis. Such initiatives ensure that the intricate web of life continues to flourish, even in the face of persistent challenges. The role of habitat in hibernation success cannot be overstated. Diverse environments provide essential resources that determine whether organisms can effectively enter and sustain this state of dormancy. In temperate regions, as dense forests or mountainous areas offer shelter from harsh weather conditions, creating microclimates that protect against extreme cold. These environments, with their rich organic matter, supply vital nutrients, enabling animals to build sufficient fat reserves prior to hibernation. Microhabitats play a significant role as well, with burrows, spas, tree hollows, and even caves serving as safe havens. The thermal properties of these locales help maintain a stable temperature, critical for minimizing energy expenditure during long periods of inactivity. Insulation from snow cover can further enhance these protective features, ensuring that hibernators remain insulated from the external environment. In aquatic ecosystems, the underwater landscape allows certain species to enter a form of hibernation known as brumation. The bottom sediments provide a refuge where temperatures remain relatively constant, facilitating a slower metabolism. Geographic variations also influence hibernation patterns. Animals in colder climates may rely on deeper sleep cycles than those in milder regions, reflecting the specific adaptations necessary for survival. This interplay between habitat and hibernation underscores the delicate balance of ecosystems and the ongoing need for preservation efforts. Hibernation significantly influences hibernation behavior, shaping the survival strategies of various species. During the colder months, The threat of predators can alter the timing and duration of hibernation in certain animals. In environments where predation pressure is high, some creatures may delay their entry into hibernation, opting instead to stay active for a longer period. This decision often aims to minimize vulnerability while seeking food resources. Rather than ions on stored body fat during hibernation necessitates a careful balance between energy expenditure and safety. Some species exhibit varying hibernation patterns depending on seasonal changes in predator activity. For instance, small mammals often choose secluded sites for their winter slumber, strategically selecting locations that reduce the likelihood of detection. By selecting hidden burrows or insulated nests, they enhance their chances of survival. Certain predators, such as bears, demonstrate a fascinating facet of this dynamic. Their hibernation is punctuated by a heightened sensitivity to environmental cues, allowing them to awaken if threats approach. This instinctual behavior highlights the interactions between predator and prey and their adaptations to mitigate risks. In these intricate ecosystems, the interplay between predation and hibernation behavior reveals the complexities of survival strategies. Each adaptation contributes to the overall health of these environments, illustrating the interconnectedness of life within them. The physiological costs of hibernation present a delicate balance. During this prolonged state of dormancy, metabolic rates plummet, leading to a significant reduction in energy expenditure. This adaptation, while beneficial for survival in harsh conditions, requires careful preparations. Prior to entering hibernations, organisms accumulate substantial energy reserves, primarily in the form of fat. This stored energy becomes vital as it sustains life throughout the dormant period. The trade-off emerges in the need for these reserves, which can compromise other physiological functions. For instance, the immune system may weaken, leaving individuals vulnerable to pathogens. The energy diverted to maintain basic bodily functions may not suffice to heal injuries or fend off disease, highlighting a precarious equilibrium. Temperature regulation also becomes a critical factor. During hibernation, body temperatures drop significantly, often approaching ambient levels. While this aids in conserving energy, it limits the organism's responsiveness to environmental stimuli. Should conditions shift drastically, the ability to awaken and react can be hindered. Despite these costs, hibernation serves as a strategic response to cyclical environmental changes. The ability to endure periods of scarcity enables these creatures to persist across seasons, ensuring their survival and the continuation of their species. Such intricate adaptations underscore the remarkable resilience found in nature. Research in laboratory settings has illuminated the intricate mechanisms governing hibernation. Scientists meticulously observe various species, from rodents to bears, to decode the physiological changes that occur during this prolonged state of dormancy. Core body temperatures drop significantly, sometimes falling to near freezing levels, while metabolic rates decrease by up to 90%. These remarkable shifts allow organisms to conserve precious energy reserves, a necessary adaptation for survival during harsh conditions. Controlled environments simulate seasonal variations, providing researchers with insights into the triggers that initiate hibernations. Light exposure, temperature fluctuations, and food availability are carefully manipulated to observe their effects on these creatures. The results reveal a complex interplay between environmental cues and biological responses, showcasing the remarkable adaptability of life. The study of hibernation extends beyond understanding survival strategies. Insights gained may contribute to advancements in medicine, particularly in the fields of critical care and organ preservation. By examining how metabolic states can be altered without detrimental effects, scientists explore potential applications for human health. Observations reveal that hibernation is not merely a passive state, but a dynamic process. characterized by cycles of deep sleep interspersed with brief periods of activity. This phenomenon challenges conventional notions of dormancy, revealing the intricate balance of life and the environment. The enigmatic nature of hibernation reveals a complex interplay between physiology and environmental cues. In regions where temperatures plunge and resources dwindle, certain species exhibit remarkable adaptations. Their bodies enter a state of metabolic depression, allowing them to conserve energy over extended periods. This process involves a significant reduction in heart rate and body temperature, enabling survival in conditions that would otherwise be inhospitable. Among these remarkable creatures are the small mammals that navigate the harsh realities of winter. They rely on accumulated fat reserves, which serve as their lifeline during the long months of dormancy. The intricacies of their hibernation are not merely a passive state. They undergo a series of physiological changes that prepare them for the challenges ahead. Hormonal fluctuations trigger a cascade of responses, ensuring that they emerge in response to the gradual return of warmth and food sources. Such adaptations extend beyond mammals. Certain amphibians and reptiles also employ similar strategies, showcasing the versatility of this survival mechanism. They utilize the surrounding environment, burrowing into the earth or finding shelter beneath layers of snow. These behaviors illustrate the deep connection between organisms and their habitats, emphasizing the importance of ecological factors in shaping their life cycles. In this delicate balance, hibernation exemplifies nature's resilience in the face of adversity. Social structure plays a pivotal role in hibernation behavior, influencing how species prepare for and endure the prolonged periods of dormancy. In certain mammalian communities, social hierarchies dictate access to resources, which in turn affects individual survival rates during hibernation. For example, dominant individuals often possess the best access to food, directly impacting their ability to build fat reserves ahead of winter. Cooperative strategies emerge in some species, where collective knowledge is shared among group members. This knowledge, passed down through generations, informs the timing of hibernation and the selection of optimal sites. In these collaborative environments, individuals benefit from the experiences of others, enhancing their own chances of survival. In contrast, solitary species exhibit unique adaptations that reflect their independence. They often select secluded locations for hibernation, where minimal disturbance can occur. This choice emphasizes the importance of specific environmental conditions, such as temperature stability and moisture levels, which are crucial for successful dormancy. Alterations in social dynamics, such as changes in population density or group composition, can disrupt these behaviors, leading to increased mortality rates during hibernation. Observing these interactions provides valuable insight into the intricate relationships between social structures and hibernation strategies, revealing how species navigate the challenges of seasonal change. Predators exert significant influence on hibernation evolution, shaping survival strategies within various species. The pressure to evade predation during vulnerable periods has driven many animals to develop these prolonged states of dormancy. This adaptation not only allows for energy conservation, but also facilitates an escape from the heightened risks that come with scarcity of resources and increased competition. Within this context, small mammals, such as ground squirrels, exhibit remarkable behavioral adaptations. Their hibernation cycles often align with the seasonal presence of predators, ensuring that their periods of inactivity coincide with times when predation risk is minimized. By retreating into burrows, these animals reduce their visibility and accessibility to potential threats. In contrast, larger mammals, such as bears, demonstrate a different approach. Although they maintain a more substantial body mass, their hibernation is also a response to predator dynamics, particularly during the breeding season, when they seek safety for themselves and their young. The mechanisms of thermoregulation during this state further illustrate the evolutionary responses to predation pressures as they conserve energy while remaining alert to environmental change. The interconnectedness of predator-prey relationships continues to inform the evolution of these hibernation strategies, illustrating the complexity of survival in a world characterized by constant ecological pressures. Understanding these dynamics enhances our comprehension of the delicate balance within ecosystems. Investigating the neural circuitry of hibernators reveals intricate adaptations that facilitate their remarkable survival strategies. Specialized brain regions regulate metabolic processes, allowing these creatures to enter states of profound torpor. This state is characterized by significantly reduced heart rates, lowered body temperatures, and diminished metabolic activities, all orchestrated through complex neurobiological mechanisms. During this period, specific neurons become more active while others remain dormant, demonstrating a remarkable shift in functional connectivity. Research highlights the role of the hypothalamus, which governs circadian rhythms and energy balance, as a central player in initiating hibernation. The intricate interplay of neurotransmitters, particularly gamma-aminobutyric acid and norepinephrine, modulates these transitions effectively, influencing both the onset and duration of the hibernation period. Monitoring the activity of these neural circuits during different phases of hibernation provides insights into their exceptional resilience to environmental extremes. The ability to withstand prolonged periods of food scarcity and extreme temperatures stems from adaptive physiological responses, guided by the brain's intricate wiring. As metabolic rates decline, the energy conservation mechanisms become paramount, allowing survival through harsh seasons. This research not only expands knowledge on hibernatory physiology, but also holds promise for advancements in various fields, including medicine and climate adaptation strategies. The exploration of these neural pathways opens new avenues for understanding how life can endure in the face of adversity. Behavioral ecology reveals the intricate strategies organisms employ to navigate their environments, particularly during periods of extreme conditions. Hibernation serves as a remarkable adaptation, allowing various species to conserve energy when food is scarce and temperatures plummet. This physiological state not only involves a significant drop in metabolic rates, but also precise regulation of body temperature, effectively enabling survival for extended durations without sustenance. In this context, certain mammals, reptiles, and amphibians enter a state of torpor, a temporary form of hibernation to escape unfavorable conditions. The decision to hibernate often hinges on environmental cues such as temperature fluctuations and food availability. This behavioral flexibility underscores the resilience inherent within these organisms. Distinct species exhibit varied hibernation patterns, with some undergoing prolonged periods of dormancy lasting months, while others may engage in shorter bouts of inactivity. Such strategies illustrate the evolutionary pressures that shape survival mechanisms, nestled in burrows or hidden in crevices. These creatures rely on instinctual behaviors to locate optimal hibernation sites, safeguarding them from predators and harsh elements. The study of hibernation within behavioral ecology not only deepens understanding of life cycles, but also informs conservation efforts as habitats continue to change in response to climate dynamics. Such insights highlight the intricate balance between species and their environments. Innovations in technology promise to enhance the understanding of hibernation and its implications for both wildlife and human health. Advanced imaging techniques allow scientists to monitor metabolic changes in real time, revealing the physiological processes that occur during this extended state of dormancy. These methods provide unprecedented insight into the body's adaptations, enabling researchers to dissect the mechanisms that enable survival under extreme conditions. Gene editing technologies, such as CRISPR, show potential in unraveling the genetic basis of hibernation. This exploration may lead to breakthroughs in medical applications, particularly in organ preservation and recovery from trauma. By mimicking the cellular processes observed in hibernating species, it may be possible to develop therapies that extend the viability of organs for transplantation or enhance recovery protocols for critically ill patients. Field studies, supported by remote sensing technologies, enable the tracking of hibernating populations in their natural habitats. Such data collection contributes to a more comprehensive understanding of climate change impacts on these species and informs conservation efforts. The ability to predict shifts in hibernation patterns due to rising temperatures or altered food availability can guide strategies to protect vulnerable ecosystems. As research progresses, the incorporation of machine learning algorithms further enhances data interpretation, facilitating the identification of patterns and correlations that were previously obscured. This convergence of disciplines underscores a future where hibernation research may lead to profound advancements in both biology and medicine. The disruption of hibernation patterns is influenced significantly by environmental changes, particularly those brought about by deforestation. The removal of vast expanses of forest alters the microclimate, affecting temperature and humidity levels critical for wildlife. This region, once teeming with life, sees its inhabitants struggling to adapt to rapidly changing conditions. Altered habitats force many species to abandon their traditional hibernation sites, leading to increased mortality rates during winter months. Food scarcity emerges as another consequence of deforestation. With the loss of vegetation, the availability of essential food sources diminishes. Many hibernating animals rely on stored energy reserves to survive the winter, but insufficient nutrition prior to hibernation can lead to inadequate fat accumulation. This depletion impacts their ability to enter a true state of dormancy, disrupting the delicate balance of metabolic processes. In this context, altered ecosystems also contribute to changes in predator-prey dynamics. The absence of certain flora and fauna can lead to unanticipated competition for resources, forcing hibernating species into unfavorable interactions. The once quiet cycles of nature face disruption, as these animals must adapt to survive. The ramifications of deforestation extend beyond immediate habitat loss. They resonate through the biological rhythms of countless species, raising questions about the resilience of life in the face of ongoing environmental change. The strategies that allow for survival during hibernation also influence the health of these animals. As body temperatures drop and metabolic rates decrease, immune function alters significantly. This adaptation serves a critical purpose. During the prolonged periods of inactivity, the risk of infections rises, yet many hibernators exhibit remarkable resilience against disease. Research reveals that some species possess unique immunological responses that effectively combat pathogens. Enhanced production of specific proteins, known as antimicrobial peptides, occurs during hibernation, offering a defense against bacteria and viruses. These adaptations illustrate a sophisticated evolutionary response, enabling hibernators to emerge from their long sleep with minimal health complications. The conditions within hibernacula, often cool and damp, further influence microbial activity, creating an environment where certain pathogens are less likely to thrive. This interplay between physiological adjustments and environmental factors underscores the complex relationship between hibernation and disease management. In addition to immune responses, hibernators exhibit a remarkable ability to recover from injuries sustained prior to their dormant periods. Healing processes accelerate upon awakening, suggesting that the state of torpor not only conserves energy, but may also facilitate recovery. As climate change continues to alter seasonal patterns, understanding these mechanisms becomes increasingly vital for the conservation of hibernating species and their ecosystems. Investigating the potential of artificial hibernation opens a window into profound scientific and ethical considerations. The desire to induce hibernation-like states in humans and other animals has implications for space travel, medical procedures, and even organ preservation. Techniques such as hypothermia induction and metabolic suppression aim to replicate the physiological characteristics observed in natural hibernators. This approach could enable long-duration space missions, allowing astronauts to conserve resources and minimize biological aging during extended journeys beyond Earth. The application of this technology raises significant ethical questions. Concerns about consent, the welfare of subjects, and the potential for misuse in various contexts are prevalent within the discourse. A careful examination of the moral implications is necessary. As the boundaries of scientific exploration stretch, it is essential to consider the impact on individual identities, as prolonged hibernation could alter perceptions of time and reality. Research continues to unveil the mysteries of the hibernation process, from the intricate biochemistry involved to the neurological changes that occur during these dormant states. This exploration not only enhances understanding of natural hibernators, but also provides insights into potential therapeutic applications for human health, such as the treatment of traumatic injuries or age-related diseases. Balancing scientific advancement with ethical responsibility remains a critical focus as the field progresses. Adaptive strategies in the context of hibernation reveal profound connections to climate resilience. Certain species have evolved mechanisms that allow them to endure extreme environmental shifts. During periods of scarcity, these organisms enter a state of profound metabolic reduction, significantly lowering energy expenditure. This remarkable adaptation enables survival through seasons of intense cold or drought, when resources become limited. In this region, hibernating mammals have developed intricate physiological processes. Their body temperatures drop, heart rates decrease, and cellular metabolism slows to a fraction of its normal rate. This state not only conserves energy but also minimizes the need for food, ensuring survival during harsh conditions. These adaptations highlight the intricate relationship between hibernation and the ability to withstand climate-related challenges. Research has increasingly focused on how understanding these mechanisms can inform conservation efforts. Species exhibiting this unique form of dormancy may serve as models for developing strategies to enhance resilience in other organisms facing climate change. Insights gained from studying their hibernation patterns could lead to innovative approaches in ecology and wildlife management. The implications extend beyond individual species. Ecosystems relying on hibernating species may experience shifts in dynamics, influencing food webs and habitat interactions. The resilience demonstrated by these organisms might provide essential knowledge for developing sustainable practices in the face of an uncertain climate future. The intricate relationship between hibernation and reproduction reveals a fascinating interplay of survival strategies. For many species, the timing of hibernation correlates closely with their reproductive cycle. In these organisms, the need to conserve energy during harsh conditions influences the timing of mating activities. This synchronization ensures that the energy-intensive process of reproduction occurs when resources are abundant, typically in the spring following a period of dormancy. During hibernation, metabolic rates significantly decrease, allowing these creatures to conserve energy while remaining dormant. The physiological adaptations that facilitate hibernation also play a role in reproductive success. For example, the hormonal changes that occur prior to hibernation prepare the body for the subsequent demands of gestation and nurturing offspring. The survival of the young is often linked to the health and condition of the mother, which is influenced by her ability to successfully navigate her hibernation period. In some species, The timing of hibernation can even dictate the number of offspring produced. Those that emerge early may have the advantage of accessing vital resources before competition increases. Meanwhile, others may delay their awakening to ensure optimal conditions for their young. This complex relationship illustrates the adaptive strategies that have evolved in response to environmental pressures, highlighting the delicate balance of life in a constantly changing world. Communication plays a crucial role in the survival strategies of hibernating species. During the preparatory phase, these animals engage in a variety of vocalizations and scent-marking behaviors. These signals help to establish social hierarchies, ensuring that individuals secure optimal locations for their long sleep. The exchange of information can be vital for reproductive success, allowing mates to synchronize their hibernation cycles. In many cases, pheromones are utilized to inform conspecifics about food availability or potential threats. The ability to detect these chemical cues enables animals to gauge the safety of their surroundings before entering a state of dormancy. This chemical communication can also influence the timing of hibernation, as individuals respond to the environmental cues that indicate an impending change in season. While in hibernation, communication remains essential. Some species have been observed to emit subtle sounds during their torpid state, which may serve to maintain group cohesion or alert others to disturbances. This form of communication is less about active interaction and more about preserving bonds within a community, even in a dormant state. The complexity of these interactions underscores the significance of communication in the context of survival. Each signal, whether auditory or chemical, contributes to the intricate web of life that sustains these remarkable adaptations, ensuring the continuity of ecosystems as seasons shift. Cognitive function during hibernation reveals fascinating insights into the adaptability of various species. Research indicates that even in the depth of this long sleep, the brain remains active, processing experiences and consolidating memories. This phenomenon allows certain animals to retain critical survival skills, ensuring their readiness upon emergence from hibernation. During this period, metabolic rates decline significantly, yet neural activity persists. The brain engages in synaptic plasticity, reinforcing connections formed before the hibernation cycle. This adaptive mechanism is particularly evident in species such as bears, which exhibit a remarkable ability to retain learned behaviors, even after extended periods of dormancy. The preservation of cognitive functions is essential, enabling these animals to navigate their environment skillfully when they reawaken. The interplay between hibernation and learning underscores the importance of energy conservation. By entering a dormant state, these creatures minimize energetic expenditures while simultaneously enhancing their cognitive resilience. This phenomenon can be observed in various habitats, ranging from temperate forests to Arctic tundras, where environmental pressures dictate the necessity of such adaptations. Research continues to unveil the complexities of this process, illuminating the intricate balance between energy conservation and cognitive function. Understanding these mechanisms not only enriches knowledge about hibernating species, but also offers insights into broader biological processes across ecosystems. Light and darkness play a pivotal role in regulating hibernation cycles. Environmental cues, particularly the length of daylight, dictate the physiological processes that initiate and terminate this prolonged state of dormancy. In many species, exposure to decreasing sunlight triggers hormonal changes that prepare the body for hibernation. This transformation involves a complex interplay of melatonin and other hormones, signaling the need to conserve energy in response to the changing seasons. With the approach of winter, these organisms experience a gradual decline in activity. Body temperatures lower, and metabolic rates diminish significantly. This region, characterized by shorter days and longer nights, becomes a sanctuary for those seeking refuge from the harsh climatic conditions. As the Earth tilts away from the sun, the darkness envelops the landscape, enhancing the cues for animals to retreat into their burrows or dens. Emerging from hibernation is equally influenced by light. The arrival of spring, accompanied by increasing daylight, stimulates the resumption of metabolic activity. This reawakening allows for the replenishment of energy stores and a return to normal physiological functions. The rhythmic cycle of light and darkness, therefore, serves as a crucial environmental oscillator, orchestrating the delicate balance of rest and activity in these remarkable species. Such intricate adaptations highlight the profound connection between organisms and their environments. Environmental cues play a crucial role in the initiation of hibernation, marking the transition from active life to a state of dormancy. Lower temperatures and diminishing daylight trigger physiological responses in various species, signaling the impending change of seasons. These cues are often detected through specialized sensory mechanisms that interpret fluctuations in temperature and light. The alteration in these environmental factors prompts organisms to begin preparations for their prolonged rest. The gradual shortening of daylight, known as photoperiod, influences hormonal changes within the body. This process often results in the secretion of melatonin, a hormone linked to the regulation of sleep-wake cycles. As the days grow shorter, melatonin levels rise, indicating that it is time to prepare for the dormant period. Alongside hormonal shifts, metabolic rates decrease, conserving energy and resources essential for survival during hibernation. Temperature drops also play a significant role in triggering hibernation. Many species rely on ambient temperature changes to assess the need for entering a state of torpor. This state conserves energy by lowering body temperature and heart rate, allowing these organisms to endure periods when food is scarce. The precision with which these environmental cues are interpreted reflects a remarkable evolutionary adaptation, vital for enduring seasonal challenges and ensuring the continuation of life in harsh conditions. Cultural perceptions of hibernation reveal a profound interplay between human understanding and the natural world. Ancient civilizations observed the dormant behaviors of wildlife, often attributing mystical qualities to these phenomena. In many societies, the long sleep of animals inspired myths and legends, serving as metaphors for renewal and rebirth. This connection resonates deeply within agricultural practices, where the cyclical nature of growth and dormancy dictated the rhythms of life. Vermikte slug wily old the belly dra sluv, adithulhem liu korsif meistimb. Communities would prepare for scarcity, mirroring the hibernation strategies seen in nature. The necessity of food storage and resource management became embedded in cultural traditions, often celebrated through seasonal festivals. These rituals not only honored the Earth's cycles, but also reinforced social bonds during times of hardship. The philosophers and scientists throughout history have also contemplated hibernation, sparking curiosity about the human capacity for rest and rejuvenation. Theories emerged regarding the importance of sleep and its potential parallels with hibernation, suggesting that periods of rest are essential for cognitive and physical health. In modern times, as technology advances, the concept of hibernation has shifted. It evokes ideas of exploration and survival, particularly in space travel, where the possibility of suspended animation raises questions about human endurance. These evolving perceptions reflect humanity's ongoing quest to understand and adapt to the complexities of existence. Biochemical pathways play a pivotal role in the remarkable process of hibernation. During this state, organisms enter a profound metabolic depression characterized by a significant decrease in energy expenditure. This transition is initiated by alterations in the expression of key genes that regulate metabolic functions. Hormones, such as melatonin and cortisol, are crucial in signaling the onset of this dormant phase. The reduction of body temperature, often by several degrees, further conserves energy. This physiological response is facilitated by changes in mitochondrial activity, leading to lower oxygen consumption and minimized oxidative stress. In this state, glucose metabolism shifts, allowing the organism to utilize fat reserves more efficiently. In addition, the accumulation of certain metabolites, such as the amino acid leucine, promotes the preservation of muscle tissues and overall cellular integrity during prolonged inactivity. The intricate interplay of these biochemical signals ensures survival in harsh environments where resources are scarce. As hibernators transition into and out of this state, they exhibit remarkable resilience, quickly resuming normal physiological functions when conditions improve. The study of these pathways not only enhances understanding of hibernation, but also offers insights into potential applications in medicine, particularly concerning metabolic disorders and organ preservation during transplantation. Hibernation represents a fascinating intersection of evolutionary biology and thermoregulation. This process engages a profound adaptation, allowing organisms to endure extreme seasonal fluctuations in temperature and resource availability. Homothermy, or the ability to maintain a stable internal body temperature, has evolved in various species as a critical survival mechanism. This trait provides a competitive advantage, enabling some animals to remain active throughout the year, even in harsh climates. Inistos at the tuberans samol dors of the bay supplies even to a The evolution of homothermy is intimately linked to their capacity for hibernation. During periods of inactivity, metabolic rates significantly decrease, conserving energy while maintaining core physiological functions. This remarkable transition allows for survival during long winters, when food resources are sparse. The physiological changes that occur during hibernation involve shifts in blood flow, hormonal regulation, and temperature modulation, showcasing an intricate balance between adaptation and survival. Research into these mechanisms reveals how ancient species developed hibernation strategies in response to environmental stresses. Fossil records indicate that ancestors of modern mammals utilized similar strategies, paving the way for the diverse adaptations seen today. These evolutionary pathways highlight the resilience of life in varying ecosystems, where the ability to enter a state of lowered metabolic activity can mean the difference between life and extinction. Such adaptations underscore the complexity and interdependence of life on Earth. Understanding the mechanisms behind hibernation reveals profound insights into the nature of sleep disorders. Research into the physiological processes of hibernating species has illuminated how metabolic rates can be drastically reduced without detrimental effects. This phenomenon provides a model for investigating human sleep patterns and their disturbances. The unique adaptations observed during hibernation, such as the ability to enter states of torpor, suggest potential therapeutic avenues for sleep-related ailments. The brain's regulation of sleep and arousal during these periods showcases an intricate balance, highlighting neurotransmitters and hormones that fluctuate in response to environmental cues. Studying these processes allows scientists to explore how similar mechanisms may malfunction in individuals suffering from insomnia or other sleep disorders. This exploration extends to the potential for inducing controlled states of hibernation in medical settings, offering new strategies for managing conditions like traumatic brain injury or metabolic syndromes. The application of hibernation research could lead to novel interventions that stabilize sleep patterns, enhancing overall health outcomes. Insights gained from this region of study may also bridge gaps in understanding how circadian rhythms are influenced by extreme metabolic changes. Thus, the significance of hibernation extends far beyond seasonal survival, offering a lens through which the complexities of sleep can be examined and understood. Climate models serve as essential tools in predicting hibernation trends, providing insights into how changing environmental conditions impact species behavior. These models simulate atmospheric variables, including temperature fluctuations and precipitation patterns, which directly influence the availability of food sources. Variations in climate can alter the timing and duration of hibernation, affecting which species will thrive or decline in a given region. This region, characterized by its fluctuating ecosystems, reveals the interconnectedness between hibernation cycles and climate change. For instance, warmer winters may lead to earlier awakenings from hibernation, which can disrupt the delicate balance of the food web. The resulting mismatch between hibernation timing and resource availability poses potential challenges for survival. With the application of advanced predictive algorithms, researchers can analyze extensive datasets, revealing trends that might otherwise go unnoticed. These findings inform conservation efforts, helping to identify vulnerable species and prioritize their protection as climates shift. In particular, the effects are observable in regions experiencing extreme weather patterns. Prolonged droughts or unseasonably warm temperatures can disrupt established hibernation routines, forcing adaptation or migration. The study of these dynamics extends our understanding of ecological resilience and the capacity of various species to cope with rapid environmental changes. Hibernation serves as a crucial survival mechanism, allowing numerous species to endure periods of scarcity and harsh environmental conditions. This remarkable adaptation not only conserves energy, but also enables physiological changes that enhance survival. During this state, metabolic rates decrease significantly, and body temperatures drop, facilitating a suspension of regular biological functions. The influence of pollutants, however, poses a significant threat to this delicate process. Chemical contaminants permeate ecosystems, affecting both the hibernating organisms and their habitats. For instance, heavy metals and persistent organic pollutants accumulate in the tissues of various species, leading to bioaccumulation and biomagnification. This gradual buildup can impair reproductive success and overall health, potentially disrupting hibernation patterns. The presence of these toxins alters the biochemical pathways that regulate metabolism and detoxification, complicating the body's ability to enter and maintain a hibernative state. Ansogaravians freestasum etherwenu isla, onultiu, interstitial activity. Wildlife faces additional stresses that compromise their natural cycles. The introduction of synthetic compounds into food webs leads to increased mortality rates and decreased survivorship among young. Altered hibernation behaviors, including inconsistent arousal patterns, may result in increased vulnerability to predation and reduced fitness post-hibernation. Understanding these intricate interactions is essential for developing effective conservation strategies aimed at protecting wildlife amidst growing environmental challenges. Hibernation and migration represent two distinct survival strategies, each with its own adaptations and environmental cues. In this region, some species utilize hibernation to endure periods of food scarcity and extreme temperatures. They enter a state of metabolic depression, significantly reducing their energy expenditure. This physiological shift enables them to survive on stored body fat while maintaining vital functions at minimal levels. Migration, on the other hand, involves a seasonal journey often spanning vast distances in search of more favorable conditions. Species such as birds and certain mammals undertake these migrations, driven by changes in temperature, daylight, and food availability. This movement allows them to exploit resources that are temporarily abundant in other habitats. The interplay between these two strategies can be observed in various ecosystems. In some cases, animals may migrate to suitable climates during harsh winters, while others hibernate to avoid the same challenging conditions. The decision to migrate or hibernate is influenced by numerous factors, including genetic predisposition, local environmental conditions, and food resource availability. As climate change alters habitats, these strategies are becoming increasingly challenged. Shifting temperatures and changing ecosystems can disrupt traditional patterns, affecting both migratory routes and hibernation cycles. The consequences of this disruption are complex, signaling a need for ongoing research and adaptive management approaches to ensure the survival of these species. Ethical considerations in hibernation research demand careful scrutiny, particularly as scientists delve deeper into the physiological processes involved. The manipulation of hibernation states in various species raises questions about animal welfare. Understanding the mechanisms behind this state could lead to advances in medicine, particularly in human applications such as organ preservation and metabolic disorders. The potential benefits, however, must be weighed against the risks of inducing artificial hibernation in laboratory settings. Research protocols often necessitate invasive procedures which can lead to stress or harm. The necessity of minimizing suffering is paramount, and the adoption of humane practices is essential in this field. Regulatory frameworks aim to ensure ethical standards are met, requiring researchers to demonstrate that the knowledge gained justifies any ethical concerns. Additionally, discussions surrounding the use of genetic modification to enhance hibernatory abilities bring forth significant ethical dilemmas. The consequences of altering natural behaviors and biological processes could have far-reaching implications for ecosystems and biodiversity. Addressing these ethical challenges is crucial, necessitating input from various stakeholders, including ecologists, ethicists, and the public. Balancing the pursuit of knowledge with a commitment to ethical responsibility remains a fundamental aspect of hibernation research, ensuring that advancements do not come at the cost of moral integrity within scientific inquiry. The future of hibernating species unfolds against a backdrop of rapid environmental changes. Climate fluctuations disrupt established patterns, altering the availability of resources during critical periods of dormancy. These alterations can lead to mismatches between hibernation cycles and food supply, threatening the survival of various species. Research indicates that some animals may adapt their hibernation strategies in response to shifting temperatures and seasonal patterns. Adjustments in hibernation duration and timing could become necessary for certain mammals to ensure their continued existence. These adaptations could manifest in the form of either shorter hibernation periods or a complete cessation of hibernation altogether, depending on the ecological pressures they face. Species that depend on hibernation as a survival mechanism must navigate these challenges with precision. The intricate relationships between hibernators and their environments are vital for understanding how they will cope with ongoing changes. Habitat loss further complicates these dynamics as the spaces necessary for safe hibernation become increasingly fragmented. Conservation efforts aimed at preserving critical habitats may play a significant role in the future of hibernating species. By safeguarding these environments, it may be possible to support these animals as they adapt to an uncertain landscape, ensuring that the intricate balance of ecosystems remains intact for generations to come. Understanding the mechanisms of hibernation unlocks potential benefits for human medicine. Research reveals that the metabolic processes employed during hibernation, characterized by significantly reduced heart rates and body temperatures, may offer insights into treating various medical conditions. The slowing of biological functions allows these creatures to survive prolonged periods without food, a phenomenon that piques interest in surgical recovery and trauma care. In critically ill patients, the prospect of inducing a hibernation-like state could minimize cellular damage during surgeries or traumatic events, preserving vital functions while the body heals. This state may serve as a biological pause, granting time for medical interventions to take effect in a less demanding environment. The study of hibernation also highlights the potential for organ preservation. Tissues subjected to low metabolic states exhibit resilience against ischemia, suggesting that similar techniques could enhance the viability of donated organs during transport. Furthermore, the investigation into hibernating species elucidates mechanisms of aging and longevity. Understanding how these animals resist age-related deterioration might yield breakthroughs in combating chronic diseases and extending healthy lifespans in humans. This realm of research continues to expand, bridging the gap between animal physiology and human health, illuminating pathways toward innovative treatments and enhanced quality of life. Public interest in this phenomenon often surpasses scientific understanding, reflecting a deep-seated curiosity about the mechanisms that allow certain species to endure prolonged periods of dormancy. The allure of hibernation captivates the imagination, evoking images of tranquil bears nestled in snow-covered dens or the quiet slumber of ground squirrels beneath frost-laden earth. This fascination is not solely based on the biological marvel. It also taps into profound themes of survival, resilience, and the cyclical nature of life. Many associate hibernation with a form of escape, a temporary withdrawal from the complexities of existence. Documentaries and articles frequently explore these narratives, generating discussions that extend beyond academics into the realms of philosophy and personal reflection. The Fordun Solokos to Strauss Solshu conversations often emphasize the potential benefits, such as the possibility of human applications in space travel or critical care medicine. Public discourse shifts towards ethical considerations, pondering the implications of manipulating such natural processes. Exhibitions at natural history museums frequently showcase the intricacies of hibernation strategies, further solidifying the public's fascination. This merging of science with storytelling invites individuals to ponder their relationship with nature and the mysteries that reside within it. The intrigue surrounding hibernation thus serves as a bridge, connecting the wonders of the animal kingdom with the aspirations and challenges of humanity. This understanding extends beyond individual species, illuminating the intricate web of interdependence within ecosystems. The role of hibernators in their environments is profound, as these animals often serve as indicators of ecological health. Their patterns of dormancy can influence plant cycles, predator-prey dynamics, and nutrient cycling within their habitats. Disruptions to their hibernation patterns, often driven by climate change and habitat loss, can ripple through these interconnected systems, leading to unforeseen consequences. Research into hibernation mechanisms reveals insights into metabolic regulation, thermoregulation, and energy conservation. This knowledge not only enhances comprehension of ecological balance, but also presents potential applications in medicine and conservation. By studying how certain species survive extreme conditions, scientists can develop strategies for preserving biodiversity and managing ecosystems more effectively. The decline of hibernating species due to environmental stresses necessitates a proactive approach. Protecting the habitats that support these animals ensures the stability of the ecosystems they inhabit. The cascading effects of such protection underscore the importance of maintaining biodiversity as a buffer against ecological collapse. Attention to the nuances of hibernation can guide conservation efforts, foster resilience in ecosystems, and ask